What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Demo Team Podcast. We're here with Killium. How y'all doing? Did I say your name correctly also?
Yeah, it's Killium. We're doing
Killium?
good. I'm good. I'm good.
You're doing pretty good.
All right. Awesome.
Why don't you guys introduce what you guys do for the band and maybe
Fun facts if you want. If
Yeah.
you
We'll
so
go for
care
it.
to.
Sure. I guess I'll go start. I'll start. My name's Jonas. I started this in 2017 as a solo project. And so I write everything, I sing, and at the moment I do bass. But I started out doing guitar and then I got tired of it. And then guitar duties went to this guy, Ryan.
Hey, what's up? Name's Ryan. I manage, book, promote, tour manage. I keep this machine running. He has all the songs. I have the know-how to keep this thing going. So
That's
how it works.
Teamwork.
yeah, I mean that's sometimes what you need. You like that the person who keeps it going is just as important as the creative side too, I think. That's kind of like me and Ryan's relationship.
Oh yeah.
Not you, Ryan, other Ryan.
I
Cool.
We
figured.
don't have a relationship yet.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Moving on.
Yeah, if you play your cards right.
Ooh.
So the band started as a solo project. So like how does that transition? Like did you just decide one day like maybe this could be better in a band setting, or did you just get tired of playing alone?
So Killium was a process that I started in high school when I wanted to start a band, but because we live in such a small little place and no one wants to play music, there was no one to really make a band with. So just one day I got sick of waiting around and I was like, I'll just start demoing this shit. And I started like finishing my songs one by one. So at the start, it wasn't even really supposed to be a band. It was just supposed to be a little studio project. But then I was having fun with it and I was like, I should probably turn this into the band that I was waiting for anyway. And so I already had my drummer, Kyle, and then I met Ryan at some point. I'm assuming that was right before the first talent show when I debuted the song from our first EP, Eyes Closed. I think that's when I met Ryan.
Yeah. Right after that, I was like, oh my God, Jones, that's so cool. Let's make a band. And you said, Ryan, I don't like you that much. Let's not do that. And look at us now.
Yeah. Now we're bound together forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the process of turning into a band took a couple years, mostly because I was super busy writing our first album and recording that myself, and I was kind of using it as an excuse to like learn how to record and mix and stuff. So once that got out, I think Ryan was the one that was pressuring me to like, okay, we got to take this live and like actually properly do this.
Yeah.
So here we are today.
So y'all are just a three-piece right now?
Yeah.
All right. Right
Yeah,
on. Right
just
on.
me, Ryan, and Kyle.
Yes, Kyle, the elusive drummer, couldn't be here tonight, but I promise he is real.
He's real.
Exists.
He's not elusive.
That's awesome. So like do you notice any like do you prefer it being a band? Like do you notice like a change in like the creative process? Like do you as you work on this new music?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, the creative process is so much better because before I was very much just I would write it all and it would go completely unchecked and I would demo it. Basically would be finished and then I would give it to Kyle and he would put drums on it and then that would be the song. And with this new record, I'm still very much doing that, but now because I have a band to work it out with, I can just bring it to the guys and then usually they have ideas much better than mine and they kind of patch up the holes that I kind of left in the songs before I put the finishing touches on them. So it's definitely been a much better creative, a better way of doing it. And I'm looking forward to like fully integrating them into the process going forward.
Well, what is your
Nice.
process,
That's awesome.
I guess?
So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so typically I write songs pretty frequently. Mostly it's just riffs. I'll get an idea, I'll voice memo it, and then I'll forget it for 500 years. And then at some point I'll remember it, and then I'll, work it out. So the process is very much just me writing the song on an acoustic. I figure out the melodies. Usually the lyrics are pretty much an afterthought for me, unless it's the chorus. Usually the chorus is the only thing that I have finished. I get the whole song done. I demo it with GarageBand or Logic, and I put like the auto drums on it, ship it off to the guys, and I let them have their creative liberties with it in their head. And the next practice we'll like hash it out and try and get the song fully formed. That's
All right.
how our what my favorite songs of ours right now have come about, For the Love of God and Stark Empty Sky, which are two new ones that I think just trample everything on Hollow, and it's all thanks to those guys. So
All right. Yeah, I mean, the voice memo thing is, I think that's very much a part of music these days, just getting those like little
yeah,
ideas together, right?
yeah, I've amassed quite a graveyard of riffs
Oh,
that
absolutely.
someday I'll get around to like looking through, but really I find the best ones I don't even have to voice memo, they just stick up there,
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, it's vault too. Pull out from the old magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these days when I'm old and past my prime, I'll just go through and I'll start
Making
working through those.
Duct taping them together.
Absolutely. So I'm like curious, how did the name Killium come to be?
So, you'd think that would be a cool story, but it's just my middle name.
Killium? Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting middle name. All right.
Yeah. So, I don't really know what it means. I'm pretty sure my mom made it up. At least that's what she tells me. But yeah, so it kind of ties into how this was a solo project at the start. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Killium, huh? I don't know why I kept thinking of like William Murderface from Metalocalypse.
Yeah, you get kill in there, and it sounds badass. So I
It
was like,
does, yeah.
that's a free
I mean,
name.
I
Let me
remember
take it.
when y'all hit us up, I was like, are we another death metal band? And then no, it's like y'all, I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's kind of like more of like an alternative, like hardcore kind of punk sound. But so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like kind of catches you off guard a little bit, like from the name, I
Yeah.
guess. But I mean,
It
that's
works.
totally fine. Yeah.
It's always good to have like a contrasting name. I mean, that sounds like
Oh
a
yeah.
pure table on the elements. It's an element of brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
An element of brutal. I like that. Yeah. I guess it is a tiny bit fitting that people think we're a metal band, because I know there was at least one other Killium in history, and that was a metal band in the 90s. And they were around for a very short time, but they did put out an album. And so yeah, I don't know what happened to them, but finders keepers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not using it, you might as well, someone's going to take on the mantle. And if you're going to kick ass with it, you might as well, right?
Might as
Absolutely.
well.
Awesome. So, you guys have on your YouTube channel, you have like a live video. Were those all done in like the same place, or were those like filmed over a course of different shows?
Oh yeah, so that was
Yeah,
recorded. We did a show with Enough Enough
if you
at
want to go, Ryan, you can.
yeah. So we did a show in Hobart, Indiana, at the art theater there with Enough Enough on New Year's Eve. And the guy that ran sound that venue is a good friend of mine. So I said, "Hey Steve, I'm gonna give you a USB. Just record the audio and see what happens. Just be fun to have, you know what I mean?" So we got the recording back, and it wasn't that bad. Then we found out a couple of friends like of ours after the show like filmed a bunch of footage. So all of a sudden was like, "Oh my god, let's make a live record." And then we just start dropping some of that stuff. Have like nice professional video for some of our strongest songs of that time. Definitely, it was nice.
Yeah. Like a little funky breakdown at the end of that one shot. That song's dope. If anyone's got
that was, what song was that? I remember that's
Pressure Head.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're talking about
Yeah.
That one was cool.
Mhm.
It's always good to have like a little funky bit, and like it doesn't go on too long, so it leaves you wanting more, and it makes you want to replay the song. So I dig that.
Yeah, definitely good. I always like catching people off guard with little bits like that. I know it doesn't happen a lot on our first album, but it'll be happening more for sure.
That's
Give the people,
awesome. I,
yeah, give them
yeah,
something to look forward to.
yeah, give them what they want. They all want a little funky. That's it.
Need that funk.
So like, I guess, how did you like come to this sound? Because it's a very interesting one, and it's kind of
It's a
it
blend.
doesn't it's very unique, honestly. I can't really think of very many bands that like have that exact sound. Like I was trying to piece it together a little bit, but like I'm kind of interested how you
Mhm.
like came to that.
Yeah, so it's a mix of like a bunch of different, things. As any band can say that. But I always sound pretentious when people ask like what kind of music I make, and I'm like, I don't really know any other band that sounds like my band, because like I can just say it's alt rock or hardcore or punk or whatever, but it's a little blend of like everything. So my biggest like inspirations are like Black Flag, Harvey Danger, Dilly Dally, uh, a bunch of the California 80s hardcore punk
Yeah, yeah.
and
Which you
stuff
can kind of hear that in there for sure.
for sure. But it's just like I don't know, I kind of like to take a little piece of every band. And like I said, most bands can say that, but it definitely shows for Killium, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Like, I don't know. I was thinking like I was hearing like Mars Volta, but I was also like, this is kind of like hardcore at the same time. It's like, it's really cool. And I think like for people who haven't heard you yet, I think it's a really interesting, like, it's a really interesting sound that I think will have you, kind of trying to piece things together, like where it came together. So I think it's kind of cool. And I think it's
Mhm.
worth listening to for that reason, I guess.
Thank you.
Just because
I
it's
like
just
to I like to think it gives a little variety, keep them on their toes
absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
it's the era of genre blending. So
for sure.
Heck yeah. So as you guys move forward with this new music that you're working on, is there anything that you've been listening to like to get you into a mindset as you get together and like kind of like blend your influences and such?
So, since we aren't like totally writing all together just yet, because I'm still very much just bringing songs to them and then they're adding their little flares to them.
Okay.
At the moment, what I would say is shaping up to influence the new record would be bands like Voivod, Sleep, Black Sabbath, My Chemical Romance. Um, those are a bit the big four I've been listening to recently that really influenced this. But if Ryan has any other bands that he could bring up for when I bring the songs to him, because I know he has a lot of influences that he could spew out.
I was like, yeah, I'm kind of a hodgepodge of music. I listen to honestly a lot of different stuff. So whenever I listen to the song, I try and think in the whole grand scale what it needs. So I might like listen like, oh, like a Travis Stever like part, like incidental kind of piece on top. I just play a straight ahead riff. Just kind of depends what I feel like the song needs in that spot. A lot of influences like ring the same as Jonas. Black Sabbath was a huge one for me too. So that's one way like we can easily like relate with ideas. This kind of depends what I feel like the song really needs to make it the best song it could be.
Heck yeah. That's a good answer. I like that.
Thank you. Came with myself.
Thanks. I hope
good
it,
answer. Good answer.
unless you got like a prompter on the outside. I mean, I book these interviews can be
Don't
trying to come
I
up.
know
don't
too
run
much.
don't run our answers through a plagiarized checker.
We're gonna have
So
to
I
do
guess
that.
like, sorry, Ryan. I guess where are y'all in like the process of your new stuff right now?
So all of the songs are written and demoed out. The only thing that's left to do is to literally just bring all of the songs to Ryan and Kyle. Um, so it's it's coming together pretty quickly. We're actually about to take a little time off after this month from live shows just to like kind of focus on that in studio. So we're gonna wrap up drums, and then we're gonna start figuring out like all the little flares that Ryan has ideas for, and maybe whatever Kyle has ideas for. So it's pretty much done. It's just a matter of recording it.
All right. And are you self-recording? Because you said that's kind of how you started off, or all right.
Yeah. So the last album I recorded everything, and then I mixed
It
it.
sounded
And this
really
next
good, by
one,
the way.
did it? Thank you.
Yeah.
That self-doubt creeps up on you sometimes, but no, I
No, that's good. It's good.
thank you. I am recording all of this. I'm kind of experimenting with things like MIDI drum, not like keyboard MIDI drums, but like plugging in an Alesis and like having Kyle do his bits on that and see how that turns out. But yeah, I'm recording all this, and then I figure I'm probably not gonna take the task of mixing it up on myself. I'm probably actually gonna, now that I have money, I can send it off to somebody who knows a lot better than I do. And so it'll definitely sound a lot better than Hollow did.
Nice.
All right.
Always good
That's
to
something.
strive clean sound, you know?
Mhm.
So, how did you guys get into the instruments that you guys play for the band? Like, was there someone like in your life, like a parent or a teacher that was just like, you should play this instrument, or was it different?
Was it different?
So, my whole life, my dad, is a really good guitarist, and he's big into the Grateful Dead. And so I couldn't go a day without hearing the Grateful Dead playing at all. And I don't mean like their records or their live performances. I mean him literally just going over the riffs over and over and over. And so that really like introduced, music into my life. And I have a good few musicians in my family already. So it opened the doors. And when I was a kid, I wanted to do drums, and then I didn't have the patience to learn drums. And then a little ways down the line, my dad was just like, you need to learn an instrument because that'll like, I don't know, do something with your brain and help it develop. And I was like, okay, I'll learn bass. And he was like, you're gonna learn guitar. And I was like, okay. And now here I am playing bass in my own band. So
Come full circle.
yeah, it came full circle, just like that.
Oh yeah. How about you, Ryan?
So mine's about the same. So my father growing up always like played guitar around me. He is not the best guitarist, but in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, so cool. He's playing Van Halen and Metallica and Black Sabbath. Looking back though, I mean, he was playing like in the most butchered kind of crappy way. So eventually just one day he was on like a business trip, and I just grabbed his guitar and started like just trying to like learn how to play stuff. And when my mom came downstairs, like, you touch your dad's guitar? And I got so scared. Like I was terrified. So we got back from the trip and was like, so you're touching my guitar. And I was like terrified, like, what's gonna happen? He said, well, here's how to read tabs, here's how to use the amp. Go nuts, kid. And that just kind of spiraled downhill.
Spiral downhill.
Yeah, just big time.
It's gone uphill sometimes, maybe.
I mean,
You're here now.
yeah,
Look at that.
it is like that sometimes. You be
Be
into
spiraling.
music like that. Yep, spiraling into music, downhill into music.
It's a
Hey,
steep hill.
at least you're not spiraling downhill into podcasts.
Not yet. That's
yeah.
the next step.
We'll
Ryan
get
didn't think
there.
that one was that funny.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it. So, let's talk about your guys' music videos, because I was watching one earlier, the Lock It Away. So, can you guys hint us with any tales of your music video recording experience?
Well, so there wasn't too much to Lock It Away. In fact, where as much as I love to do music, like videography and stuff, that was another passion of mine in high school apart from music. I just never really had many ideas when it came to music videos, so I just never did them. But one day this guy, Ed Brusa, came to me. I met him at a Pocket Vinyl show, and he wanted to work with me, and he asked if I ever wanted, if I ever had a new single coming out, if we could like do a video to it. So I was like, I'll let you know. And then we were writing Lock It Away. And I hit him up, and he was like, all right, cool, let me think of an idea for this. So it was very much kind of like his idea to do the music video, but it was still really, really cool. And it got to the heart of the song, which was kind of like themes of like cold religion and rejection and stuff. But it was a pretty quick shoot. There wasn't too many shenanigans. If Ryan has anything to chime in with, I will let him do so now.
I think the funniest part about that whole video, honestly, was just that. So at the time we were recording it, me and Jones both play guitar in Killium, actually. So we sat there and said, "Who's gonna play bass in the video?" I ended up playing bass in the video, and then now I play guitar live with Killium. So I thought it was like the funniest little juxtaposition of all that. Because at that time we were in this weird transition of like we'd hire like my buddy Luke, him and I play in a band called Overcoast. Like I'd say, "Hey Luke, we're having this gig coming up. Here's $50, play with us." And then, "Hey, here's this guy. Hey, here's $20. Come fill in for a couple things." So we're doing the video, and it was like, are we gonna pay some guy to just kind of stand around, mime to the track, and then, okay, hey, bye guys? I was like, yeah, that'd be stupid. So I played the bass, and then I played guitar. So that's what I got though. Like I said, like Jonas said, it was a very fun, simple shoot. It was kind of, I think, over 2 days, not even. It was.
Yeah, it was all shot and basically, I mean, yeah, it was shot in 2 days. Not back to back. I think 1 month apart or something, maybe a couple weeks apart.
Maybe.
But there wasn't too much to it. I really do wish I had a good story to go along with it, but it's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it got done. So you
Yeah.
got it out there. Go on your YouTube channel and go watch it. It's on Killium Official. Do it. Do it now. We talked
Do
about
it.
it.
Go give it some love.
Yeah. Throw them a
Go
like.
like and subscribe to everything.
Comment. Yeah. Go through
Like,
all
subscribe,
the
follow.
like, comment.
Maybe
on
even
every,
leave a polite, nice comment.
yeah.
Please
Or
hate
like-
comments. I want to see some death threats.
All right, let's get some Killium kill threats.
There you go. Please don't be nice to them. No.
We feed on your anger.
Yeah. Every musician loves
Inspires
that.
them.
Everyone loves hater comments, you know, the haters make you famous.
Does anyone like hate on our videos before? I don't think so, but I also don't really check the comments.
I don't really check the comments either. I don't think so, but I mean,
Well,
maybe we're not
maybe. Who knows?
we're not-
Honestly,
creative with our haters. We just kind of let them go hate.
yeah, that's more of a Twitter thing. Just kidding.
Yeah. One of them things. But I mean, social media is just one of those necessary evils of being in a band and such.
Yeah,
Sorry, we're
God, I
going
love
on
those
our-
necessary evils.
Yeah, very necessary evil. And I mean, I'm glad we're able to use our platform to help out bands get cool stories. Like we got Killium here today, doing all kinds of cool stuff. Wanting death
Yeah, they're what, 8th, 7th Bandussy band?
Yeah. I've lost count. Let's just like
I
keep
don't
like
remember.
the Bandussy.
I could actually probably count it. Let me real quick.
Yeah, we're drunk on Bandussy.
We're
Why'd you
honored to
say
be
like that?
in the sub 10 numbers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we haven't
Thank you.
quite hit double digits yet, but soon enough.
I get tattooed on my arm, so I always remember.
Bandussy,
I'll be in the
Bandussy
home,
number
like-
8.
Yeah, I'll be in the home like
Actually,
what have an
I
8 on
know
my
really-
arm. Oh yeah.
I know a really good way to look faster than going through the what's it called? Through my Facebook messages.
But Cash, cant us with a glorious tale of how you will solve this number.
No, I'm just gonna look on my Zoom account.
Oh yeah.
And see how not that glorious. But you can
Epic
keep
free-
talking, Ryan, if you'd like, while I get to the bottom of this.
Yes, so it's glorious counting. Cash is counting right now. This is the ultimate countdown.
Like, well, Ryan, I told you can talk. You can just talk to him about other stuff. Well,
we're all invested in this one moment, right? We're all
right,
trying.
well, I just restarted my computer, so I gotta reset the tab. Did it even?
Cash, you're killing me, Cash. I'm the anticipation too high.
Oh, here we go. 1 sec.
It's glory.
All right, so all right, let me see.
I'm focused on this count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Y'all are 8.
Yo.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yo.
Number
Hell yeah.
He was number 8.
the ultra.
It's never felt so good to be in 8th place.
Well, I mean, better late than never, right?
I mean, it's
Better
always
8
good.
than
Yeah,
Better 8 than hate.
Such great. So, I mean, do you guys have any stories you want to share with us? I mean, and you want to address
Well, I
anything?
was actually going. I was gonna ask them about their live performances. It sounds like y'all been doing that. So if you have any stories from that specifically.
Oh,
Oh, we
okay.
just got done with a show that was legendary for us.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Shall we count this
Ryan,
one?
your face lit up, my man. Do you want to tell the story?
Okay, so in our scene, so even though I'm from Indiana, we do a lot of the Chicago punk scene. And there's a friend of mine that plays the band Our Century Pictures. His name is Chase. He's British and he kind of looks like Jesus. So he dresses up as punk rock Jesus at like every show. So we were doing the show at the venue called the Dark Room. And I said to Chase, as a joke, I said, "Hey Chase, what if you like dress as Jesus and play flagpole sitter with us?" So he shows up with his bass, knows how to play flagpole sitter, dresses Jesus, said, "Okay, when are we doing this, man?" So our set begins. The first song we do is called For the Love of God. So Jonas walks out and he said something really funny. What'd you say, Jonas?
I think I was just like I dedicated it right there to Jesus, or I was like, "Are you kids ready to go to church?" or something like that. And Jesus walks out.
Yeah, and Chase just walks through, arms out, has the Holy Spirit light on, looks like Jesus. Crowd goes nuts. So we have probably the best show we have had since we played Missouri. The whole crowd loved us. They lost their shit. Definitely Chase being there helped.
Punk
But,
rock
know,
Jesus.
yes, punk rock Jesus is what I call him.
That's
Punk rock Jesus saved our souls and our show that night. We had like a mosh pit like the whole night.
Dude, it was nonstop. Even like our slow songs had a pit.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Time to take
I'm
the
gonna have to
show.
go to one of y'all's concerts now. Now that I hear this, bring punk rock Jesus too.
It's always a great time. It's always a great time with punk rock Jesus, but we'll see if he shows up to another one. I would love to see him.
We told him next time he does, it's gonna be American Jesus by Bad Religion. That's
There
the only
you go.
catch I told myself.
Yeah.
The next one has to be American Jesus.
It's gotta be to a Bad Religion song. Yeah.
I like this. I like y'all have like these like old school punk influences. Like that's we don't really get that a lot to the band from the bands we talk to. But yeah, that's cool. I like talking about Black Flag and like Bad Religion and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where I'm actually. I'm actually kind of a poser. You go, Jonas.
Thank you. I was just gonna say I was big into the 80s punk, Dead Kennedys and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you can hear it for sure. Anyway, Ryan, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was like, I'm the poser here, actually. Growing up, I listened to bands like Bullet Boys, Winger, like the 80s hair metal. I was really big into that growing up. Hence why I have the long flowing locks. So I was big in that. Then, of course, 70s rock like Thin Lizzy, UFO, Deep Purple. Like, I didn't listen to punk till probably about 2 years ago, not even.
Well, I mean, like hair metal, that there's definitely a good amount of like punk influence in it. I mean, obviously, I don't like some of it more than others. Like, I mean, like Winger, I think, but I mean, like Motley Crue and like Guns N' Roses both had pretty big punk influences. But like, it kind of the further away you get from like those two, like the less punk influence is. So,
yeah, I was doing a lot of rocking with Dokken in my youth. So George Lynch, man, I could do all those kind of licks, but playing like a punk song at that time, it was like it's just 3 chords. Like, where's the fun in this? And now I find the fun in this.
The raw emotion.
Yeah. I've heard so many like Dokken stories from like about people's like I don't know, like their people's dads in like the 80s or whatever, and they're like something about running into like George Dokken or some shit like that.
Yeah. No, my lane claim to fame theirs and my buddy Jaron, he is right now George Lynch's live bassist.
all
So like this
right.
weird, this thing of like, hey, that's cool. That's about it.
Well,
So the
like,
lame claim to fame.
dang, you should hit him up and see if Dawkins wants to come on.
I'll call Don right now and say, hey, Don, I got a podcast for you. You know, they like Coheed and Cambria. You guys aren't really Coheed-esque. You can fake it, Don, can't you?
Ryan, you down to interview Dawkins?
Dude,
Yeah, let's do. Ryan can come back. We can play musical Ryans, musical chairs, man.
I mean, like, if we got Dawkins, I think maybe my parents would start taking this a little more seriously. But
oh,
But
Killium's not good
till
enough for
then,
you?
I think Killium will do just fine.
We might suffice just a little bit.
I mean, if you
Mom-
squint really hard, I do look like Don Dawkins. When you just keep squinting to see nothing, then yeah, it's like Don Dawkins right in front of you.
He's got a point. Just pretend he sounds like him too.
Just pretend. So
For
like,
now, we can settle with Jesus, punk rock Jesus.
oh yeah, punk rock Jesus. He needs to make a comeback. Maybe not after 3 days, but maybe every day.
For
Oh
sure.
God, Jesus is always with you.
Your heart. He's
Your
the
heart.
other.
You just have to believe.
He's
Just
the
believe.
other. Yeah, he's the other fingerprints on your frets. You know.
Shit.
We gotta start doing rituals before the show and summoning him.
Yeah.
We're gonna need him. He's essential now.
Oh, wow,
He's
y'all
part
are
of the
gonna
band.
get. You're all gonna become one of those ritualistic bands. Okay, all right.
Get some striper up in this shit. Hell yeah.
So like, growing up, did you guys ever go to like shows or anything? Was there like an introduction to shows that you guys can recant to us? A nice tale of early day shows.
So I think Ryan will have more interesting
I gotta get
stories for that. He's going to
I gotta
tomorrow.
grab
I wonder where
something.
he's going.
I'll make my story even better.
Oh, he's probably grabbing one of his many souvenirs.
Yes. Okay, you can go first, Jonas,
Yeah.
if you want, because mine's a little bit less fun.
You know, actually, it does make more sense. I probably have less to say, and then you'll go on for a little bit. Okay.
Well,
So,
don't worry, Matt.
I unfortunately have always gotten into bands that don't play live. For the longest time, Black Flag was one of my favorite bands, and when I got into them, I saw that they got back together in like 2013, and I got into them 2014, and they had just stopped playing live for a little bit, and I couldn't believe it, and I was like, I can't go see Black Flag, and like I said, I was into a bunch of like 80s bands and just in general bands that didn't play live. So I don't have much experience, but Ryan and I did go in 2019 and see Black Flag, and that was a pretty good show. To be honest with you, there's a lot of naysayers about the current Black Flag, but I think the current lineup's pretty good.
Well, who's singing the current Black Flag right now? It's not Rollins, right? You're wrong.
No, it's not Rollins. It's Mike Vallely. He's a skateboarder,
right.
I believe.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He
Sounds about
does
right.
his best Rollins impression though. It's pretty all right. It's all right.
Do you have a favorite? My bad. Sorry.
It's all good.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have a favorite Black Flag era or?
Rollins era, definitely 100%. My war in my head is just
Oh,
chef's
yeah.
kiss. Amazing.
I mean, that's my war is
not
how
to-
I got into them. Yeah, it's like
Mhm. My war is definitely a cornerstone for like Killium. Personally, side A and side B legendary for me. Not to knock like the pre 83 stuff, but I don't know. There's something about the Rollin era that's just amazing. Currently, my favorite album is probably In My Head. Just how God, I think they really perfected their sound on that one.
all right.
Good answer.
Okay, so my story is a little
Anyway,
bit.
Ryan.
Yeah, mine's way less punk rock. So I think it was 2016. Me and my at the time one of my best friends, so looked like really cool guy. He was like, "Hey man, want to go on July 3rd to go see Weird Al Yankovic?"
Yeah.
And the best, this is the actual poster from my very first show. at a Star Plaza Theater in Maryville, Indiana. It was my first like ever time seeing a live show. Because at the time I didn't like realize musicians played music live. I was like, yeah, they sit in the studio, they make the song, they do the next one and the next one, and then they're millionaires and they die. I was like, oh my God, these guys go out live and do this too? Oh my God. So I saw that, and that was a phenomenal show. I mean, it's Weird Al, you can't top it. But the next show is a really more important one. It was Saxon and UFO at Star Plaza Theater. And that was like my first experience, like heavy rock and loud guitars and solos. And watching, that night, just seeing like Vinnie Moore solo, Doug and Paul from Saxon, seeing those guys play. I remember I walked out of the show and I thought, that's what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be them.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not in Saxon, and I'm not in Saxon yet, so I got some way to go.
The end goal. That's what this is all about.
That's a cool ass lineup for sure. Saxon and UFO. Like that's just like good old 80s right there.
Oh yeah, no, UFO is one of like my all-time like diehard favorite bands. And I saw them because I went to that show as a Saxon fan. I was like, yeah, UFO, they have Doctor, that's cool. And they began playing, and I was like, oh my God, these guys are awesome. And like that whole night I fell in love with the music.
Heck yeah. That's awesome, dude. I mean, I don't think we've ever had a guest say they've seen Weird Al Yankovic live. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Ryan kind of looks like Weird Al, so like if you ever watch this, you're kind of like watching Weird Al, but
yeah.
Have you ever seen them in the same room? You ever seen Ryan and Weird Al in the same room?
No, I have not. But I've actually never seen Ryan in a room before. I've never actually met Ryan or Weird Al, so
the case is building.
So
yeah,
I have met Weird Al. This Ryan's met Weird Al, so
I believe in you.
That one.
You're Weird Al, don't worry.
So if we interview Weird Al, Ryan's going to be sick that day, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Make me.
I'll say I'm the very like least punk rock heavy metal guy that could be in Killium. I know that much.
I know.
Well, I mean, I think that's totally cool because I think you bring something different to the table, and it's already like a band with a lot of diverse sounds. So I think it kind of probably suits it very well. So, but you haven't like you haven't actually written any of the stuff that's already put out yet, though. So
yeah, now it's Killium with my other band. I've written a few songs that have been put out, and then my very first band that was of all things me and Jonas doing like British heavy metal, pretty much my best imitation of it. Yeah, I mean, I've written songs, I've done that stuff, but like Killium itself, Jonas knows what he's doing. He writes the best songs. I just go. I get to play my fun guitar solos and have fun. Use my double neck, jump around, scream a little bit.
You play double neck?
Okay. So I'm a big Coheed and Cambria fan as well. So I got into them like August of 2020. So November of 2020, I was at work on lunch and I went on Facebook, and for like $900, this guy had like an Epiphone double neck right here, like in my hometown. And I was like, bye. So I bought that. And that was, of all things, I bought that the exact same time like I got like my first like Marshall stack. I told Jonas that, hey man, like I'm not trying to be rude. So I was playing bass and Killium at that time too. And I said, hey man, I want to play guitar. I have a lot of guitars, not a lot of bass. I should use my guitars. And I got his peer pressure Jonas and let me play guitar.
Yeah. I was very adamant because this is like two guitar music, and I agreed pretty quickly. I wanted him on guitar. Yeah. And then now we're back to a one guitar band, but the clearly better guitar player is the one on the guitar now. So
but
I'm gonna say that.
Do you're playing like this music on a double neck guitar? Are you like actually like utilizing both necks and like?
So the double neck is very much incidental to use. There's one song I use it on guaranteed every night. The song Candlestick, that solo was double tracked. So when Jones was like showing me how to do all that stuff and I was playing it like on my normal guitar 6 string, I was like, this is weak. And then I got the double neck a while later. I got tuned the way I needed to be tuned for I could play that solo. And it was it sounds huge. But besides that, I use it on like maybe one or two other songs every night to make it worth my time to switch over. But just like I don't use it that often. It is very much, I call it the ego piece. I mean, it is.
It's kind of,
I don't need it. It's not going to change the show. We did our whole tour and I didn't take it out with me once. And it's like nothing changed. It's just cool to have. It's a
it's just
conversation.
cool to have, yeah.
People say, oh, it's band with the double neck. Okay, cool.
But is
Yeah.
it a 12 string on top, or is it just like a
Yes.
different? Okay, all
12,
right,
6. Yeah.
right on.
I mean,
Plenty
when you're
of people have tried to. Plenty of people have tried to peer pressure him into just getting like a doubler pedal or a chorus pedal
Yeah.
or something. But we're
A
like, it's
friend of
cool.
mine.
But it's
Yeah.
cool.
No, a friend of mine, he'll always say, Ryan, it's a waste of time. Why are you bringing it with? And it's like, okay, well, I'm the guy
Because
that
it looks cool.
I'm the guy with the mosh pit when I'm playing my double neck. So I feel pretty cool in that 3-minute song. Calm down, buddy.
nothing wrong with having a hook, man, like a little gimmick for the road. Like you're on tour, you can't be busting Jesus out every night, but a double neck.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just kind of like, I think adds to the allure of this band where it's like you're playing like this very like distinct like kind of music and you're playing like on a double neck and it's just like it's just I don't know, it just kind of I think makes the whole thing like I don't know. Just,
We're building a
just
mythology.
good vibes all around.
Yeah. No, it's fun. The next record, we have this one song. Always get the name wrong, but I think it's All Roads Lead to Salvation. And it's like really funky, chunky riff. And I play on the double neck, like whenever like we like really sit down and think about that song. And every time it's like, yeah, it's not like a 7-minute song or something. So it's like this song needs the statement piece of the double neck to make it huge. So that's definitely one part that like in the future I'm excited about.
We also just need a second song to justify busting out the double neck.
Yes, officially to make it
Apart
like
from the
worth
one
my
we
time.
got.
I'm all for the rise of the double neck. You know, like if Killiam's gonna take on the mantle of the hero that brings the double neck to the mainstream, where instead of people just playing GNT 12 strings, you know, it's gonna be double necks everywhere.
You know, it's
It'll be the next big
just
thing.
Ryan and Claudio just busting out double necks.
We'll fight. The funny
Dual-
part about that too, actually, it looks just like Claudio, just as Epiphone on the headstock. I did like the little knob thing that like has the gold knob on the one. I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna rip off Claudio, I'll just go hardcore.
Like, why not? I mean, it works for
Yeah.
Claudio.
Also,
man.
you ever seen Claudio and Ryan in the same room?
I mean, I don't have a beard.
I have.
So I have a few times. Got it. Yeah, Coheed's my favorite band, so this is gonna be the most like obsessive, weird. I hope it pulls up nicely. I'll be showing you my phone. I was at Sweetwater in Fort Wayne, and they were playing
right
Fort Wayne that
on,
night,
alright.
and I pretty much stalked them. I was like, okay, they're going to Fort Wayne. They're gonna be at Sweetwater. So like I put money on that one. So I showed up at like 1 o'clock. I'm in a buddy of mine there, like 1:15. I literally made the joke of pointing like, and Coheed's gonna walk in right now, pointed at the door, and Coheed walked in. I met them all that one. It was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
I mean, that must have been nice, dude. And like, it's cool that they can take a picture and not be like, sorry, bro, we're here for music stuff.
Oh no, Claudio
Well, no,
would
to be-
never, Ryan. Come on.
Well, no, I was very open. I said, hey, like I know you guys like have a lot of like weird COVID like protocols on this tour. So I was like, dude, want to stay far away and just say hi? I was like, this is not a problem. They're like, we don't give a shit, man. You're cool. They were like really nice guys. Travis remembered me when I met them again in Chicago in August. He was like, hey, you're the Sweetwater kid. It's like, hey, yeah. Sign my shit. I paid money to be here this time. Sign my shit.
Please.
Sweetwater kid.
It's a good nickname. Keep it.
It's on my tags on social media now, actually.
So you're gonna use this Coheed connection. You're gonna get on tour with them, right?
I mean,
That's the plan.
That's the plan. That's the
that
dream
is
right
like
there.
I could quit music forever, just do like one show with Coheed. I'd walk away and say, okay, I've done all I needed to.
It's a dream. Dream worth living for. I want to see dueling double necks, man. I want people.
Exactly.
That would be. Oh, that would. It's like
ultimate
it would be the
uncle.
only show that like most of anyone in that audience would ever see with two double necks in the night, basically.
Some
I feel like
Eagles fans might go a little bit nuts, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I feel like something like that needs lasers, like a good light show, a good grid of light, just the kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
empathy could be.
Y'all got lasers?
Not yet.
We're thinking about it.
Thinking about it? All right.
Our
Have 'em
Canadian one-off next year is going to probably have lasers and lights and fog machines.
Yeah.
Oh, right
Have-
on.
Yeah,
Are-
we're gonna bring in all the gimmicks. You know, everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out in costume. You know.
I'm going to
looking forward-
Canada, man. I gotta.
Oh yeah. I mean, Canada, that's just you gotta go all
Like-
out for that.
Exactly.
Laser. I cannot wait for the return of Laser Jesus.
You know what? Yeah. Next time, yeah, Ryan. Next time we get Chase in on it, we got to have the lasers involved.
Of course. Now the later shootout, like when they pop on the walls for like to disappear, can be a cross. Like it shows up cross.
I can't imagine any other way to do it if we're having punk rock Jesus back.
Perfect.
And
Laser-
then middle of the show, we'll crucify him with laser
This is
hammers.
just
God damn. Well, I'll
cruise-
see what's in the budget.
I like how we have this whole stage show being thought out right now in front of us.
And hey, I'll give you guys a cut when like we're multimillionaires. I'll send you a check for like $30 for the idea.
Yeah, royalties.
Look at that.
We'll gladly accept royalties for this.
Oh yeah,
laser.
for sure. We I think that'd be one of the few times we've ever made money from this.
Yeah, that would be glorious.
Glorious.
Yes, yes. Come on. So, where do we go from here, Cash?
Well, I was guys kind of back on like your live show stuff. I was kind of wondering where exactly do y'all usually play shows at? I guess you play Chicago a lot, but where besides that, where else are you playing or what venues in Chicago are you playing?
Whatever books us that I kind of like to view it.
Yeah.
I'm
All
very
right.
much in
We
the
are-
mindset of any show is a good show to play if it makes sense. So like we're very fortunate to be playing like, you know, basement venues in Elgin. We're doing like a basement in Niles end of the month. You know, we did the little tour, like we did like basement, bar, basement, just kind of like cover our tracks. Basement seems to be killing this big theme right now. And I kind of like that whole like DIY scene. It's kind of fun.
The DIY is where it's at for sure, especially with Killium. It makes sense. It started as a DIY band, and I have always loved the DIY scene. So it's fitting that we're finding our place in basement shows right now. I mean, I figure a lot of bands find their place at smaller, you know, DIY venues anyway. But yeah, the DIY shows have been really, really nice. We aren't exactly in the position to be too picky with our shows right now. Like Ryan said, just whatever makes sense. If someone's offering, we're probably going to take it.
They got lasers, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in its stipulations, you know.
Yeah. No brown M&Ms, lasers, fog machines. It's the three big ones.
I mean, yeah, absolutely no brown M&Ms ever.
Yeah.
That's just basic band courtesy at this point.
I will walk if I see even one.
If I see a brown M&M in the green room, I'm throwing the TV out the window.
This is the deal's off. The deal's over. I see brown M&Ms. No, I only want blue.
Do you know why they did that though? The brown M&M thing?
Yeah, that's a
It's just to show that the venue actually read the writer, basically is what it was.
That makes sense.
I thought that was so surprising when I read that. It's an interesting way of going about that, because I feel
Mhm.
like there could have been a much simpler stipulation they could have thrown in rather than having people go through a whole fucking bowl of M&Ms and like pick that shit out. But
Like,
hey, if it works, it works, you know.
Could have been like, can you get me a Snickers almond?
I mean, like those writers are like pretty complicated as they are. Like one time when I was in college, I had to like help someone buy shit for like an ASAP Berg concert or whatever. And like, yeah, it was like, I don't know, like a 2-page list of just like shit to buy, and it's like, you gotta chicken wings, get them a sweatshirt or whatever from like the co-op or whatever, and it's like a veggie tray. You gotta give them gummies or whatever. It's just like a bunch of like really, I don't know, just kind of dumb, stupid stuff. But like, is
you're
what
going
it is.
you're going on a beer run for the stuff that you usually just go to the store to run errands.
Exactly.
Becoming an errand boy. No, I mean when
Do y'all have a writer yet?
No.
No, we're not that picky just yet.
Not that picky just yet.
Yeah.
Okay. You could
I'll
leave
take
brown
any color
M&Ms
M&M,
in.
honestly.
All right. Yeah. I mean, they actually all are the same. So
Yeah.
I mean, let's put our fantasy caps on here for a second. Let's say you're the biggest band in the world. Coheed and Cambria is begging.
yeah,
to
y'all
tour.
are co-headlining with Coheed and Cambria. Y'all aren't even opening. You're co-headlining. You're switching
Yeah.
spots every night.
If you could make outrageous demands for stuff in your green room, what would it be?
Oh God.
Wow.
I think I'd have to, just for the joke, do brown M&Ms. But I said ask for only a bowl of brown M&Ms. I go the opposite direction just to mess with everybody.
I mean,
Only brown M&Ms. Well, actually, now they sell like one color of M&Ms. Like you can buy just a single color in the store.
Well,
I mean, if
that's not fun anymore then.
I mean, I guess you
mean,
could just buy like, yeah, actually, this is the whole writer thing is all messed up now because you can buy separate colors of M&Ms and you can just not buy that one color and mix it together in a bowl, and you have.
I think
And
we're
you have
missing
that perform.
the big picture here, where you can just get the blue Sour Patch Kids and just have blue Sour Patch Kids. I think that's just the victory right there.
Oh.
I mean, I think
No,
I'd like a red and
you've got the
green one
best
every now
idea
and
in
then.
the
Though.
world, Ryan.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can just buy the blue
Use
Sour
that
Patch Kids
noggin.
too.
Exactly, but I'm saying you like we're worried about the color of these M&Ms and like procuring them. I'm just saying, in the end, you get candy.
Oh yeah, no matter what, you still win.
You win. It's the big brain right here. That's candy's good. It's a nice little treat.
I think if I could make an outrageous demand, there'd just be like the list of like stipulations, and then just in the middle of it, just a fucking treasure map, and just a go here.
Be able to go on a nice little trek. I need a treasure map drawn up. I need a treasure at the end at a treasure hunt during my
I need an
stay.
activity. I need an activity to do before the show.
Yeah, buy him a puzzle.
We need the green room to be an escape room.
There you go.
I don't want to make going out there easy.
Yeah. Oh, that's like that one scene in like Spinal Tap where they're like can't figure out how to get to the stage and they just keep going around in a circle. That's like
Movie's great.
Such a good mockumentary movie. I love that movie. I mean, they're
That's
having
real.
in our mockumentary.
Documentary.
oh yeah,
I heard they're making another one.
That'd be great. Hopefully they can get their drummer like back from like exploding.
Would be nice.
They glue them back together. It's fine.
Miracles have happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can look forward to an explosive debut if whoever they get as their drummer. Horrible jokes.
Damn, I kind of want to watch that movie now.
Yeah,
Jason, that man died. That was a documentary. He did die. That was real.
yeah.
What? Who died?
Blew up. It was in the film.
Oh yeah, that you saw it happen.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
can't
factual.
joke about that. That's insensitive. It's real.
Yeah, I think you're right. We want to extend an apology out to this is Spinal Tap drummer number 76.
The family of the Spinal Tap's drummer.
We never meant to cross these boundaries. We wish to address these allegations up front and just say that we did not know that the drummer exploding was real because we thought it was a mockumentary. It's actually a documentary.
I didn't think Bandussy would be getting canceled on their eighth episode.
We did it.
We
We
did
killed the
it.
show. Yeah.
it.
We're like Gandhi from Clone High. We killed the show.
So many
We
deep,
killed the show.
obscure references to like the most awesome stuff. Thank you for that.
Yes. Jonas
we
and
are
I are
all
very
about
much
Clone High.
Jonas and I are very much really big nerds, but all really niche stuff too. It's like we'll have like our own sense of like our own jokes that make like nobody else gets. like we have told jokes on stage where like to us like the funniest shit, and the crowd's like, "Why is someone?"
I'll be up there quoting Gandhi and shit. They won't get
Yes.
it. But
I mean,
Well, God, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was in high school. I remember you had a presentation. We were in the same class, and your profile picture was Mahatma Gandhi from the Say What meme. I remember I saw that. I was like, this guy likes Clone High. He's really cool. I remember thinking, I was like, he plays music. I want to do music with him, and it's spiraled.
that was the nexus. That's the whole reason you ever approached me. Clone
because
High.
of Clone High.
made Killium.
The Clone High Nexus, man. It's the root.
Yeah, that's it.
All roads start at Clone High.
All
That's the next
Absolutely.
tour name.
That's
That's
new
the
one.
next tour.
That's the next tour name.
You heard
Our
it here
history
first.
tied together.
I'll take my royalty check and
Yes, it'll be in the snail mail for you. Give it
Oh, yeah.
72 days when I show up.
I'll
You guys-
I'll mail you a treasure map to get your royalties.
yeah. Make sure it's a money order treasure map. I prefer my treasure maps to be in money order form.
Trying to
Noted.
go to the Western Union to cash
I'm
your royalty.
The MoneyGram, the one like inside Walmart. I'm gonna go to that one.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's favorite time on the road is getting a MoneyGram.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you are in Mexico, man. That's kind of that might be how you got to send money to you.
No, I'm good. You can send it to me through Venmo, Cash App. Just kidding.
What's
got
the
'em
tag,
all.
man?
I like Zelle. Zelle works really well because it doesn't give you any taxes. It doesn't take a little bit of your money. So if any Cash App service wants a sponsorship on this episode, Killium and the Demo Team podcast are definitely looking to make some extra scratch.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have sponsors.
I think it's
Anything,
easy.
literally
think it's easy
anything.
sponsors because they play instruments and stuff.
What?
I think it'd be easier for a band to get sponsors because they actually play instruments.
Yeah, probably. Like what, like Ernie Ball or something like that?
Yeah, so I don't know. I haven't been an endorsed artist before, so I don't know how that works.
Oh, PBR, Red Bull. No, probably not Red Bull. That's a little
Oh,
too
yeah.
high-end. Maybe Rockstar.
Yeah, it'd be like that hard to get all those stickers on your jackets, your merch, and just sell other
Absolutely.
people's.
Now, see, I'd be lame as fuck because my sponsor for like a liquid would be lemonade vitamin water.
Lemonade vodka.
No, lemonade vitamin water.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was like,
I will get like
Yeah.
I'll get 12 of them like for one show and just like, okay, pound them all before we play.
hell yeah,
it is-
getting all fresh.
I
Very
mean, it's
acidic.
unhealthy. It's just a lot of lemonade.
I know. I mean, it's like, isn't that like 50 cents water? You got that rap influence too.
Hell yeah.
Drop those 808s, man. Hell yeah. So, usually as we draw close
wait,
to
you
the
gotta
end-
say the thing, Ryan. You gotta say the thing.
I've already said it.
Well, that was a different episode.
I just said it like 5 minutes ago. I said
Oh wait, what was you?
allegations.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did? I wasn't listening.
Fuck. Cash, do you want to press the allegations?
No, I don't have any allegations.
All right, good.
Except the only thing I'm alleged of is being sexy, but
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Is that it's MFAO, isn't it?
So wait, you already asked that, and I missed my cue. So what you're saying?
Missed your mark, Cash. We're gonna have to put you on the back burner, man. We're gonna have to put you out to pasture, old Yeller style.
Take him out back.
Man.
Yeah,
And we only got 8 episodes of Bandussy too.
yeah, that's it.
Before you had to put me out.
And
Yeah.
on a high note, that's how I see it.
Yeah, eat that
Yeah.
Bandussy. I know, dude. But usually, as we draw close to the end of our episodes, we like to ask our friends here we are interviewing what you've been listening to lately. But if you want to shout out like homies in your local area as well, like you can use this time. The floor is yours. Feel free.
Jonas, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, I'll go first. Well, recently, it's nothing too big, but I've been listening to a lot of Ramones and Voivod. I think I went over Voivod earlier, but if there's anybody I really want to shout out, I'd like to shout out a little band called Pocket Vinyl, which is a husband and wife piano slam rock duo where Eric, the husband, plays piano and sings and stuff, and his wife paints on stage, and they're a really good stage show with some really awesome albums. So go look them up. Pocket Vinyl. They do a lot of like concept albums. Very very huge inspiration on Killium.
That sounds amazing.
It's awesome. It really is. I'm excited to see them later this month.
Hell yeah. Everybody go check out Pocket Vinyl. I know I am now. I want to see some art get made while some slam piano goes on.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tight, honestly.
Hell
It
yeah.
is.
What about you, Ron?
Well, recently I've been listening to the band Save Face a lot. I saw on a Riot Fest. I was trying to find Jimmy Eat World. I got really confused. I went to like the small, like not the nobody band stage, like no, the really small stage. And I walked up and I saw this band in red jumpsuits. And I was like, okay, this like could be really cool or really shit. It was really cool. But yeah, Save Face, their newest record, another kill for highlight reel. I've been digging that nonstop. It's been awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then because I have to, I was like, I'll be called by my other band, Overcoast. I gotta mention them. I'm stuck listening to that music forever as long as I keep playing it. So of course I gotta shout those guys out.
Oh yeah, dude. I appreciate that. How about you, Cash? You been listening to anything lately?
Who am I been listening to lately?
I mean, if you're not ready to answer, I can answer. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Melv. I don't know. I watch a lot of Devil Artemis too, but I'm kind of a loser. But it's got really good music, so I listen to a lot of Melv. MELV. It's really good music. I enjoy it.
All right.
Let's see. LC Sound System who just dropped a new album, but I haven't listened to it yet. I'm listening to New Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Tony Valor. Oh, he's got that on. That might be about it, honestly. I haven't listened to too much music besides all the Bandussy bands.
Of course. There's a lot of good.
I have to say, all the Bandussy bands have all been very, very good.
Oh
They've
yeah.
all been very solid. And y'all are no different. Y'all have all been very, very. I've been impressed by everyone. So
Thank you.
actually, this might be the 7th one because wasn't Hostile? Did we interview Hostile already? Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. They weren't a Bandussy band, were they?
No, those are just the homies.
Okay, so y'all are the 7th, not the 8th, actually.
Yo.
Oh, treachery. Top 10
Yeah.
Do
anime.
better.
Oh God.
You better, yeah. It's
You've moved up the rankings. You moved ahead. You went
I
from
mean,
8.
is it rankings really, or is it just the way time rolls?
Or maybe it's just 7, 8, 9.
Yo, he can't do that.
Oh,
That's it. I'm ending this right here.
You gotta. But I do want to say before we get going, if you guys could shout out like your social medias and stuff, how people can find you and follow you around.
Yeah, sure. So it's just Killium official everywhere, one word. That's Killium official. That's for our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but we don't use Twitter at all. And then from there you can find our link tree and it'll take you to our Spotify and Apple Music and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Wherever you listen to music.
even A-Track.
Yes.
We're working on it. We're working on it. The closest we got was we did make a cassette at one point, but
Right on.
A rare
And
collector's item.
do you guys have
I'm
cassette
mean.
players?
I
Play your
do.
cassettes
I
on?
do.
You do? All
I was
right.
actually a big cassette guy for a little bit there. But,
Okay.
yeah.
I
There-
used to, and then I realized cassettes just aren't as fun as vinyl. They don't take up enough space, in my opinion, honestly. They're too convenient to listen to.
Art's too
You're
convenient.
right. You're right.
Giant pictures of art.
But what is the least convenient? I mean, I guess vinyl, right? I mean, is there
Oh,
anything
definitely.
there's nothing less convenient than that. I mean, I guess you got to get like a big old record player, which like there's no small record players. They're all big.
Yeah. As a vinyl aficionado, I will stand by. It is the most annoying thing to try and listen to an album. I hate it. Like I love it. It's awesome. If it's like a double album, like 3 songs like per side, I'm like, yeah, I'll never listen to you. Awesome. I'll play like one side one time, say I played it, then put it back in the case and go on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's
If
why
only
I don't that's why I don't buy modern albums on vinyl, because all of them are at like an odd length to where every side it has like wasted wax on it every time.
horrors. I mean, it can't all be pocket vinyl, you know.
And all be pocket vinyl.
Very true.
All right, Cash.
Well,
Anything else you
Well,
want
actually,
to?
they did have those little tiny singles back in the day. No,
Latest-
they weren't that small. They were like, was that a 7-inch or?
Yeah, the 7 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite.
Mhm. Good size.
I mean, the 3-inch record, that was pretty nice. I think the 3-inch record is kind of, in my opinion, almost 7 inches way too big. But that 3-inch record they do now, that's almost perfect in my opinion.
I think
Oh
everyone,
man,
you know,
they get any smaller than that than 3 inches?
I want the 1-inch vinyl, dude.
Yeah. One of those
But-
1.5-inch CD singles.
They
Oh,
they
yeah.
barely get out of the whatever.
I want like vinyl to be the size of like a yak back, like those little things that used to record back in the day. They gotta fit in your hand. That's what I'm all about.
We need to get someone on. We need to get someone on that. We need to.
Yak back? I don't even know what that is.
You remember that thing in what was it, Home Alone 2, where it was like it recorded things and it could play it back?
Yes.
Nah, it's just a little smaller, and it's like a speaker and like it's just like a recorder, but it just has yak back on it. It's the weirdest fucking thing. It's like the most obscure 90s thing I can think of. Horrible. That's a horrible way to end an episode referencing.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're ending on weird 90s technology. Anyways, thank y'all for coming on. Y'all have made this Bandussy experience
Episode
a
7.
little better. That it's just everyone's adding their little bit of Bandussy to the stew, and I think y'all's has
good.
definitely been a meaningful addition to our Bandussy file.
Very
Yeah,
needy.
maybe.
Thank you. Thanks for giving us our first proper interview.
Really, this is your
Appreciate it.
first interview? All right.
This is.
Yeah,
Crap, okay.
this is our first one. Yep.
Okay, well, I'm glad we were the first. Apparently there were a couple other bands that we were their first too. So, but yeah, this is a great interview. This is a lot of fun. Come
Oh, yeah.
back whenever you want. We'll see what we do. I'll be a little more organized. sorry it took so long to like nail things down. I kind of like double booked today, and I was like, all right, I got to make sure y'all are in different time zones so we're not overlapping. And we did all right. So
Yeah.
Did great. Had a
yeah,
lot of fun today. Thank you.
You know, it was awesome.
yeah, it was a good time.
Definitely should go like venture out, get more interviews, man. Like I think everyone needs to know a little bit more about Killium. And I'm glad we can be a first source for you guys. Get your name out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, go hit up
Try.
Augie at VI Playlist.
Hell yeah.
I'll get
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah, he's cool. He's
Yeah.
cool.
Back on that one.
Yeah. It's the second time I shouted him out today, so I feel good.
Hell
Look at that.
All right.
Great.
Well, I
let's
think
end
we'll
right.
call it here. We'll cut this baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good, boss.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, you too. Nice talking to you.
Nice on you too.
Peace.
Hell yeah.